So what we're doing is we're going to drive down to Spain because of coronavirus, and we're going to spend a week doing the maintenance, essential maintenance on the boat, where she's going to be on the hard in the boatyard at Cartagena, and then we will probably go for a few little sails while we're out there. So I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a fun time. We have just arrived back at Kalypso after a 2-day drive. Couldn't get an airplane flight that was reasonable and or couldn't bring enough luggage. So we ended up and drove, and it's a 23-hour drive from east of England down here to Cartagena. And boy, was that a long drive. Spain's a big country. So is France. It's amazing. So anyhow, we're here and we are ready to do a little work on Kalypso and then have her hauled out at the local boatyard right over there. And once we haul her out, we're going to have her anti-fouled. The yard here insists on doing that work, otherwise I definitely would do it. But I've got some gel coat repairs that I need to do. Just lots of little stuff, not any major stuff right now. The teak in the cockpit is starting to the caulking between the teak boards is starting to come up, so that might be something I'll need to look at, but I don't think it's urgent this year, hopefully. That's about it. Being put into the travel hoist is always the most nerve-wracking time. All you can think is, please don't let those straps break and drop her and roll her over or something like that. Just hold on, baby. A little bit longer, you'll be out of there. Yeah. Okay, we've been hauled out, and the anti-fouling, C-Jet anti-fouling, 2 thumbs up to those guys. I don't know what secret formula they use, but it's phenomenal. And sorry about the jitteriness, I'm trying to hold this camera. Yeah, so C-Jet, 2 years, and it's, the jet spray took 99.99% of everything off. There are a few barnacles on the sail drive, but that wasn't the C-Jet anti-fouling. So I'm very impressed with this. We've got to do some rust treatment on the steel, the iron keel, on the front of the iron keel. And then I'll probably put a light coat of gel coat on top of that, just to protect it in the future. Then I've got to drain the sail drive oil, and then the guys are going to do the anti-fouling. You have to have that done in this yard, but frankly, this year I'm kind of happy about it. I think we better get to work. So as I said, the C-Jet anti-fouling has done a really good job protecting the paint, or protecting the bottom, for about 2 years. Really impressive. I also checked this, and there doesn't seem to be any water ingress into our rudder, which is a common problem in these spade rudders. So that's quite nice. However, come this way. This is what an anode looks like when it's disintegrated. This is what they look like when they're not disintegrated. Ours on the side here has started to disintegrate a little bit, but given that it's been on for 2 years,
it's actually pretty in pretty good shape. So I think I'm going to leave it on longer. They're about 60 quid each, so 70 quid each. So it's worth keeping it. Also, I used C-Jet's Shogun. I forgot that I used C-Jet's Shogun on there, and that's actually done a really good job of protecting this. Once they jet sprayed it off, it's actually in really good shape. So very, very happy with this overall. However, come this way. I've got a few bits of rust that I'm going to clear up with a sandpaper, take it down. What's happened is, the gel coat is chipped away and the iron keel underneath is rusted. I mean, it's not a terrible problem, but I don't want it to be a generalized thing and disintegrate the keel over time. So I'm going to take all the gel coat off right around the edges of the rust. I've got a treatment that turns the rust back into bonded. It's a chemical reaction that turns it into an iron compound that doesn't actually rust, doesn't flake away. Then I'm going to cover it with a light coat of gel coat. Now it's only in a few places, here and on the leading edge. And then within here I've got a little bit of rust, just a tiny bit. And the sealant had started to split out, so I'm going to replace that just to make sure that that stays nice and sealed. And really, all in all, given the age of this boat and everything, we've done a good job. Just took it down 2 levels of paint deep 2 years ago, and that was she did a phenomenal job because it's really helped to keep it nice and clean. This is just general, hitting of sticks and what have you on the leading edge. I'm just going to put some resin on here and then put the gel coat over the top of that again, just to protect it. It's in really good shape. I'm really happy with the way the boat's lasted. It's been a good solid boat, despite the fact that a lot of these light displacement production yachts don't have a great reputation. This one's been really good. Very happy. Almost got it. Got a few bits on the trailing edge of the keel. I've got most of the leading edge done. Sorry about the noise. It's a boatyard. So just going to finish off the leading edge and then we'll let it dry and I can do that. The next thing will be to drain the oil on the sail drive, so that'll be interesting.
Right, so I've emptied taken the plug out of the bottom of the sail drive and emptied all the sail drive oil out, and you use 15W40. You used to use like an automatic transmission fluid, ATF, but Volvo Penta switched to the 15W40. So I'm filling it up with 15W40, about 2.5 liters, and it goes into the sail drive down here. Okay, that's probably good. I'm mixing up some fiberglass resin now, so I can put it over the fixative, the rust inhibitor that I've put on. And precision isn't that important right now because I'm covering all the rusty bits, and then we can take the edge of it back to the gel coat and then anti-foul over the top of that. So today we're going to do some gel coat repairs. I've got about 5 places around the boat where the gel coat is chipped out or cracked, and what I've done is taken it and used the Dremel tool right here to clean out the edges of the break, and then we're going to use some gel coat with a little bit of catalyst hardener in it. We're going to put it into the repair area, and then Karen behind the camera is going to put one of these pieces of acetate over the top and tape it down, and that will help it to cure properly. So it's hotter than the fires of Hades today, so we'll see how this goes. we're just going to take some of this gel coat, and we're making about an old silver dollar in America, a British 50 pence piece sized dollop of it here. And then we put a couple drops of hardener. I'm going to put 3 drops of hardener in. And then we'll stir that up and it'll start to catalyze. And then what we do is we put it in the hole, put the plastic over it, and let it dry. I mean, it's really simple once you get going. Join us next week as we finish up waxing, polishing, and splashing Kalypso. And maybe do a little sail.